हेलो चिराग सर। कैसे हैं? तो बंद कर दें।
हेलो। हेलो। Am I audible, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you do one thing? Share the slide of Adatiya sir. Somebody at the department.
ले आ रहा हूँ। This one?
નમસ્તે.
हाँ हाँ,
અને તમારું બેટા
ये
ત્યાં
शेयर
મ્યુટ
करूँ।
રાખો. તમારું મ્યુટ રાખો. તમારો અવાજ કોઈને ના સંભળાવવો જોઈએ. હા.
શું બોલે?
ઓકે.
Hello,
હા નમસ્તે સર.
am I audible? Namaste.
Yes sir.
Am I
Complete.
audible?
Yes, yes
Am
sir.
I
Complete.
visible?
Visible, audible, everything.
Now, yeah.
Okay. But this is fine, sir.
Whether Chirag sir is there? Chirag sir is there. He was to come and talk to us first, and then we will start. We would start the program. Chirag sir,
Sir, he has not joined. Benedict or
sir,
Anjum, you
anyway,
can just take it better
let
from
me.
the participants.
Hmm. It is 10:33 and he is missing. Hello. Hmm? Hello.
Hello.
Is Chirag sir there?
Yes, I am here.
Okay.
Hello, am I audible?
So, yes, you are audible and you are visible. Let me first introduce you. Very good morning, sir. Chirag sir has sent a note that I am a bibliophile, I am a logophile, a teacher by choice, and a self-motivated person. Who is speaking? Hello. Who is speaking?
Hello.
I am a teacher by choice and a self-motivated person who believes in amor fati. I am basically from Jamkandorana, a tehsil located in Rajkot district, and at present I live in Vallabh Vidyanagar, Gujarat. After completing graduation from Bahauddin Arts College, Junagadh, in 2009, I went to Saurashtra University, Rajkot for further education, higher education in English literature, where I got an opportunity to study under the guidance of renowned teachers like Professor Avdesh Kumar Singh, Professor Kamal Mehta, Professor Jaideep Singh Dodia, Professor Sanjay Mukherjee, Professor Ravi Singh Jala, and Dr. Maulik Vyas, who shaped my mind in the field of English literature and comparative literary studies. I wrote an MPhil dissertation on Vivekananda's mission of life as reflected in his letters under the guidance of Professor R.B. Jhala. I received my doctorate degree in 2016 from Saurashtra University, Rajkot, working on Bildung's Roman novels under the supervision of Dr. Eroz B. Vaja. I also cleared GSET and NET entry-level exams for the post of assistant professor. I began my academic career as a lecturer in 2013 at Bahauddin Science College in Junagadh, where I taught for a year before moving to. It's very long. He completed his PhD in 2016, and even before that and after that, he worked in various colleges, and finally he came to the department. And in the department, he worked very sincerely, very enthusiastically, and he helped Madam complete NEC program. He worked very hard for NEC program. And fortunately, at that time, there was an interview and he had to appear in the interview and he got selected for Anand Arts College. And since then, that must be 2023, he is in Anand Arts College and now he is working in Anand Arts College. So I welcome you, sir, on this occasion. And you are going to speak on which subject? You are going to speak on, oh no, logic and reasoning.
Yes, sir.
Logic and
Yes.
reasoning, especially that concerns paper 1 of NET slate examination. And students are normally afraid of paper 1. Paper 2, they think they can manage. But paper 1, they can't manage because they are art students. So let us hope that Chirag Adatiya sir will make this session very fruitful to you, and you will develop some confidence that you will be able to face, you will be able to solve the puzzles of paper 1. Over to Dr. Chirag Adatiya sir.
Thank you
Yes,
very
sir.
much, sir. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, audible.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for a very humble introduction and your kind word. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Ah,
Before we begin, let us discuss the few things. First of all, as you know that I am dealing with paper number 1 and the topic is logic and reasoning. So I have some like how I have divided my lecture. So I will first of all will explain you the concept and then I will give you some activity or some particular exercise that you have to solve. So I request all the participants to be ready with the notebook and the pen. And if possible, all of you please keep your videos on so I can see your faces also. Because this session is going to be very interactive and continuously there will be the question answer.
Sirji,
In
1
note,
minute.
yes.
The problem is that majority of the students are watching you on YouTube. But today there are some. Today there are some. They will join with you. You can't see
Okay,
all
sir.
of them because they
Okay,
are
sir.
on YouTube.
Okay,
Just for
sir.
clarification. Okay.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Okay. So, all of you have to keep your note and pen ready. And those who are at least who have joined through Zoom application, they can write some comments, they can answer, so we can interact with one another. So I hope that I am properly audible and my PPT is visible to all of you. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Benedict will be sharing the PPT as I will be interacting with all of you. So without wasting time, let us begin the session. Okay. So the title of my session is Logic and Reasoning. Now, both these terms are very similar, logic and reasoning. But what can be the difference between these two terms? They seem very similar, but they are not similar. For example, when we talk about reasoning, reasoning means to find the conclusion on the basis of the data which is available to us. But whatever conclusion that we try to derive, it must be based on some evidences. And those evidences must be logical, or those evidences must be validated. So there be some validation. For example, when we say that, for example, if we say that the Department of English is located, the SP University is located in Vallabh right? So this is one statement, and this statement is logically true. We have the evidence. But for example, if we say that all dogs are married, right? All dogs are married. Now, this particular statement is not logical, or we don't have the particular evidences, or there is not any logic behind it. So this is the difference between reasoning and logic. Reasoning can be validated. We have some evidences. On the other hand, when we talk about logic, there we just have to rely upon the statement which are given to us. We don't have to find out the external validation. So I hope that the things are clear to you, the difference between logic and reasoning. Now the next slide, please. Yes. So first of all, we will begin with reasoning, and the topic number 1, that is the number series. Okay, the next slide. Okay. So here, it is all about the completing the given series and finding the missing term. I hope that PPT is clearly visible to all of you. Now, how can we solve this kind of the questions? So first of all, there are the different possibilities that we have to think about. So what can be those possibilities? There can be addition, it can be subtraction, it can be multiplication, it can be division, or it can also be, for example, let us say that square and the cube also, right? So we have to think about all such kind of the possibilities before we solve this kind of the questions. Now, sometimes because such kind of the questions seem very difficult, but if we do some practice, then I don't think that it can be that much difficult. So first of all, what you have to do, you have to find out the relationship between the first two numbers. For example, let us say 1 and 6, right? So what can be the relation? For example, if we say 1 plus 5 is equal to 6, right? But again, we have to check the relationship between the second and the third term. And if it continues in the similar pattern, then we can find out the answer. But here we can see that it is not all about the addition, but there are some also other methods are used. For example, you can see the next type, what type of method is adopted here. It is all about the addition. But it is not only the addition, it is the addition of the alternative odd numbers. So you have to be familiar with the odd numbers and even numbers also. For example, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, all these are the even odd numbers. On the other hand, 2, 4, 6, 8, these are the even numbers, right? So here you can see on the right hand side that 1 plus 5. So here what we are doing, we are adding the even number, right? 5 is the even number. So 1 plus 5 is equal to 6. Then 6 plus 9. So here we are skipping the 1. It is the alternative odd number. Here we are skipping the 7. After 5, we are taking the 9. So 6 plus 9 is equal to 15. After that, 15 plus 13. Right? That is our answer. The next number. 15 plus 13. So after 9, we are not taking the 11. So 5, then 7, we are not taking the 7, we are directly taking the 9. After 9, we are not taking the 11, but we are directly taking 13, right? So it is what we are doing here. We are adding the alternative odd numbers, right? So 15 plus 13, that is equal to 28. So 28 is our answer. I hope that it is clear to you. Is there any question related to this particular question? Those who are live in Zoom, uh, they can type their questions in the chat box, or they can also unmute themselves and they can directly ask or interact with me. Okay, it is clear to you, right? So what we have done here, it is all about addition, but what we are adding the alternative odd numbers. For example, 5, 9, 13, 17, 21. Okay, so let us go to the next slide. Okay, now here there are again it is the same kind of the thing. Number series is given. Here you can see that 2, 5, 9, 19, 37, and then there is a question mark. So we have to find out the missing number. Now, what type of method is adopted here? It is multiplication plus addition and subtraction together, right? So what we have to do here, we have to multiply each number with plus 2, and then either we have to do 1 minus or 1 addition. Let us see it. On the right hand side, I have given the solution. So let us see one by one. First of all, 2 multiplied by 2, that is equal to 4. Can you see here on the right hand side? 2 multiplied by 2 is equal to 4 plus 1, that is equal to 5. So we have find out the second number, right? So what we are doing here, we are multiplying each number with 2 digits. Okay, so now the next is 5 multiplied by 2, that is equal to 10. But now after addition, we have to do minus 1. So plus 1 minus 1 plus 1 minus 1. Alternatively, we have to follow this kind of the pattern, right? So 5 multiplied by 2 is equal to 10, minus 1 is equal to 9. That is the third series. Then after that, 9 is multiplied with 2 is equal to 18. Now we have to do plus. So 18 plus 1 is equal to 19. After 19 multiplied with 2 is equal to 38. And 38 minus 1, that is equal to 37. 37 multiplied with 2 plus 74 plus 1 is equal to 75. So here our answer is 75. Right. So what we have done, what is the pattern? So we need to understand the pattern. So you have to think about the different possibilities. It can be addition, it can be subtraction, multiplication, division, everything, right? And it can be alternative method as well. As we have seen here, that in the first we have done plus 1, then minus 1, plus 1, minus 1, right? So this way we are able to find out the answer. So the answer for this particular question is 75. Okay, go to the next slide. Yes. Here, what is the type? What is the method which is used here? It is the square and cubes. I hope that you are aware about square and cubes. Square means we have to multiply the same number 2 times. And cube means we have to multiply the same number 3 times. Right? That is all about square and cubes. Now, here the cubes, which is the pattern here, cubes of odd numbers and squares of even numbers. Right? That is how it is organized. For example, you can see on the right hand side, the cube of 1. So 1 is the odd number. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1 is odd, then 2 is even, third is the odd number, again 4 is even number. So 1 to 7, right? But we have to do the cube of the odd numbers and square of the even numbers. And that is how we will be able to find out the answers. There is some noise coming in the background. Please mute yourselves. Okay. Now let us see. The cube of 1 is equal to 1. Now remember one thing. Whatever, if you multiply number 1 with any digit, the answer will always be 1. right? So the cube of 1 is equal to 1. Then the square, after cube there is a square. So it is alternative. Cube and square, cube and square. The square of 2 is equal to 4, right? Then the cube of 3 is equal to 27. So 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3. 3 times we have to multiply. So 3 into 3, that is 9. 9 into 3, that is equal to 27. Then the second digit, the square of the 4, that is 16. Then the cube of the 5, that is 125. Then square of 6, that is 36. And the cube of 7, that is 343. Right? So what is our answer here? We have to find out the number 5 series after 16. So what comes after 16? 125. So our answer is 125. I hope that the square and cube pattern is clear to you. Is there any doubt regarding this? I hope the things are clear to all of you. Okay. Tanvi says no doubt. Good. Now let us go to the next slide, please. Okay, now it is the quiz time. So here we have one question for all of you. So now all of you have to keep your notebook and pen ready, and I will give you 1 minute to solve this question. So all of you have immediately have to solve this question and please tell me the answer. So all of you please be ready for that. Because yes, somebody is asking that, sir, how can we find that this is the question from this type? Yes, this is the, you have to check all the possibilities. So you can start with, for example, addition. Then you can start with the subtraction, multiplication. You check all the possibilities one by one. And what I have told you, that first of all, you decide the relationship between the first two numbers, the number 1 and number 2. And then similarly, if you are able to find out the similar pattern throughout, then you will be able to find out the answer. Okay, somebody says 81, somebody says 64. Is there anybody who is able to find out the pattern? Which pattern is here? Tanvi says that 9 multiplied by 9 because odd numbers are in series. Okay. Odd number square. That is correct answer. Yes. So it is the square of odd numbers, right? For example, first of all, we have 1. Then it is the 3. 3 into 3 is equal to 9. Then 5 multiplied by 5, that is 25. Then 7 multiplied by 7, that is, and then next one, 9. After 7, we have the odd number 9. So 9 multiplied with 9, right? So what is the answer here? 81 is the answer. Yes, it is the square of the 9. Yes, right. All of you are able to answer it correctly. So I hope that, so this is the method we will be following throughout the session. I will explain you 2-3 examples and then one example you have to solve. So I hope that all of you are comfortable with this particular method. Okay, now please go to the next slide. Okay, after number series, now we have the alphabet series. Okay, so similarly, as per the number here, because this is very easy compared to the number series. Because in number series, we have too many possibilities. Like we have multiplication, we have square, cube, etc. But here in the series of alphabet, we either have addition or we have subtraction, right? Addition or minus. Either we have to go forward or we have to go backward, right? So we don't have any other possibilities. So compared to number series, alphabet series is quite very, it is very easiest, I can say. So let us see the example number 1. A, C, F, J. Then there is a question mark. So what is the pattern followed here? It is respectively move 2, 3, 4 steps forward to obtain the successive term. For example, let us see after A. After A, then B and C. So it is the two terms, two steps forward, right? B and C. Then D, E, F. So it is the three steps forward. After that, A, B, C, D, E, F. Then A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. So it is the four steps forward, right? And after that, we can see that it is the five steps forward. J, K, L, M, and O. So it is the five steps ahead, right? Here you can see the solution on the right hand side. Then it will be very much clear to you. So the answer is O. I hope that it makes some clarity. You can check the solution on the right hand side. We have to go forward alphabetically. ABCD. We have 26 number in the ABCD. So we have to go 2 steps, 3 steps, 4 steps, right? And then we are able to find out the answer. Okay, let us go to the next slide. Yes, here we can see that two alphabets are given together. Now, what is the pattern here? The first and the second letters of each item are moved by 5 steps forward. Right. So here the similar pattern is followed. We just have to check the first and second letters of each term. For example, let us see. In the first we have A. You can see the solution on the right hand side. In the first we have A, right? And in the second series, the first letter is F. So how many steps are that? A, B, C, D, E, F. So after A, we have to go 5 steps forward, right? B, C, D, E, and F. So it is the 5 steps forward. After that, we have to find out the relationship between, here we can see C and H. So the next term. The next term of the first A and C, right? The first pattern is A and C. So we have to take the second alphabet, that is C. And from the second pattern, we have to take the second alphabet, that is H. So C, D, E, F, G, H. So we have to go 5 steps ahead, right? Similarly, you can see here, now we will directly come to find out the answer. As we have identified the pattern, now we will directly come to the last. We can see that P and R, right? So if we have to go 5 steps ahead than P, so P, Q, R, S, T, U, that is equal to 5 steps, right? So here you can see the answer. The first alphabet will be U. Then the second is R. So after R, R, S, T, U, V, W. So we have to go 5 steps ahead. And the second alphabet will be W, right? So U and W, this is the answer. So here we have 2 alphabets together. But in both, what we have to do, we have 2 pairs, right? The first pair is SC and the second pair is F and H. So we have to take the first alphabet from both the pairs and there is a gap of 5. Then again we have to take the second alphabet from the pair number 1 and pair number 2, and again there is a difference of 5, right? So this is how we are able to find out the answer. Okay, please go to the next. Now this is for all of you. It is the quiz time. So I give you 1 minute. Let us see how many of you are able to do it. You please check the possibilities. For example, after T comes R. So either it is going backward or forward. You can check it. TUVWXYZ. So it is not going forward, but it is going backward, right? It is going backward. So you check the possibilities. Yes, somebody, we are getting the answer. How many? Khushi has answered, Bhagwati, Trushali, Drashti, Pradeep. Okay. It is going backward, right? Yes, correct. It is going backward. But what is the pattern? Can you tell me? Answer is correct. But what is the pattern? What is the pattern? You have to identify the pattern. Whether it is the addition or subtraction. It is the addition or subtraction. One step. Yes, that is correct answer. One step preceding subtraction. Yes, it is all about -2, or we can say you have to do -2, right? Or you have to go one step backward, not the forward, and then you are able to find out the answer. So here we have two possibilities only, either going backward or going forward, right? Here we don't have the possibility of multiplication or division or anything. So this can be very easy. Okay, now let us go to the next slide. Now we have done number series, then alphabet series. Now it is the time of analogy. Okay, go to the next slide. So first of all, let us understand what is analogy. Analogy means correspondence. In this kind of the question, there is a particular relationship is given and another similar relationship that we have to find out. So there one pair is given, and between that two words are given, right? And there is a particular relationship between the two words. And on the basis of that, we have to identify the similar answer. Therefore, these kind of the questions are asked to test the candidate's general knowledge and their power of reasoning and their ability to think. So here only the logic will not work, but here also you must have some kind of the general knowledge, right? Otherwise you will not be able to answer. So let us see that what kind of the analogy can be asked in the examination. Please go to the next slide. For example, country and capital. So for example, India and Delhi, these are the two words. And what is the relationship between these two words? Country and capital. So now there will be four options will be given, and you have to identify the similar page. Okay, country and capital. Then it can be state and capital. For example, Gujarat, that is the state, and Gandhinagar is the capital of Gujarat. But for example, if you are not aware about the capital of some other countries, for example, what is the capital of United Kingdom? And if you are not aware about it, then you will not be able to answer this kind of the question. So for that, what you have to do, you must have some kind of the general knowledge, and you have to prepare. So you have to prepare the capitals of all the countries. You have to prepare the capital of all the states. You also have to prepare the currency of the different countries, right? Only and only then you will be able to answer this kind of the questions. Now the third is country and currency. So here UK and pound. The next is instrument and measurement. So seismograph, that is the instrument, and it is used to measure earthquake. Then we have the individual and the group. Singer is the individual person, and there is a group of people singing together, then it is a chorus. Animal and the young baby. Cat and young one is known as kitten. So these are the relationship between the two words. Go to the next slide. Yes. There can also be the combination of the male and female. For example, master and mistress. So it is the male and the what is the female version of the same word. Then worker and working class. Scientist works in the laboratory. Then worker and the product. For example, tailor and clothes. Then product and raw material. So furniture is a product, and what will be the raw material used to make the furniture? That is wood. Then it can be about the synonyms also. For example, mend and repair is the synonym of the mend. Then antonyms, cruel, and the antonym of the cruel is kind. So these are the different analogies. And we have to identify the relation. And on the basis of the relation, we have to find out the similar answer from the given choices. Okay, now let us see here. Botany and plants. This is the one pair. And another pair you have to find out. So you please define the relationship between botany and plants. And what will be the answer? Entomology. Okay, Drashti has answered insects. Insects. And what is the relationship? Can you tell me? What is the relationship? Yes, entomology. What is the study? Yes, it is the study. For example, botany is the branch. And what does it study? Botany is a branch and it studies plants. Similarly, entomology is a branch. And the people who study entomology, they try to study all about the insects. So please go to the next slide. Yes, here you have the clarification. Botany is a branch of science which deals with the study of plants. And what is entomology? Entomology is a branch of science that deals with the study of insects. Right? So this way, you have to find out the similar kind of the analogy on the basis of given pair. One pair will be given to you, and similarly, you will have to find out. Okay, go to the next slide. Yes, acting and theater. Similarly, you have to find out gambling. So what will be the answer? All of you are able to answer it correctly. Yes, Viswajit, Vaishali, so many students are there. Okay, go to the next slide and let us see what is the relationship. The answer is correct. By the way, your answer is correct. So acting is performed in the theater, right? Similarly, casino is a place where people gamble. So the correct answer is casino, and all of you have answered it correctly. Okay, so this is all about analogy. Now let us go to the next question. Now it is all about classification, right? Till we are with the reasoning, and the fourth, we have gone through the number series, alphabet series, analogy, and now we have classification. So what is classification? Let us see. Classification means to assort the items of a given group on the basis of a certain common quality they possess, and then put the stranger or odd one out. It means that classify, for example, some objects or some words will be given to you, some alphabet will be given to you, some numbers might be given to you, and there will be some certain common quality. And there will be one item which will be totally different than the another, right? So we have to classify the items. In this kind of the test, you are given a group of certain items, out of which all except one are similar to one another in the same manner. But the candidate is required to choose this one item which does not fit into the given group. Okay, so this is all about classification. I hope that it makes clear to you that you have to find out the similar common pattern, and there will be one thing which will be different. So you have to put the odd one out. Okay, let us go to the next slide. Yes, here we can see, for example, example number 1. So here, zebra, lion, tiger, horse, and giraffe. Now, what is similar about all these items? Now, all except horse are wild animals, right? So, what is the correct answer? Horse is the correct answer here. Because, if we classify all these items, then all of them belong to the same category, that is wild animals. But there is only one item which does not belong to the same kind of the category, right? The second example, January, May, July, August, and November. Now, what is common about all of these? All except November are months having 31 days, right? January, May, July, August. All these months have 30, all except November month having 31 days, right? Only November has 30 days. So the answer is November. Now the example number 3, football, volleyball, cricket, chess, and hockey. Now what is common about all these things? All except chess are outdoor games, right? Football, volleyball, cricket, all these games are outdoor games. Only chess is the indoor game. So what will be the answer here? Chess will be the answer. So I hope that it is clear to all of you, and this is about classification. So let us go to the next slide. Okay, so now you have 5 questions. Let us solve one by one. Okay, so answer the first with reason. What is the reason? Spectacles, goggles, binoculars, microphone, and telescope. Can you give the reason, please? Along with the reason, microphone is the correct answer. But what is the reason? Nobody is able to identify the reason. You can also unmute yourself and answer. Right. Microphone is a device to talk. Exactly. Yes, if we see spectacles, goggles, binoculars, all these are related to eyes, right? But microphone is not related to eyes, but it is related to ear. We use microphone to hear something, to listen something. Correct. Let us go to the next one. House, cottage, school, palace, and hut. Yes, let me check the answer. Please let us go one by one. Don't be in a hurry, please. The answer of the second is school. That is correct. Because all the other places are for dwelling, residential places, right? But school is for study. School is not for residing. It is not a dwelling place. Okay, let us go to the third one. Tomato, carrot, ginger, potato, and turmeric. What will be the answer? Somebody says tomato. But yes, correct one. Khushi Patel has answered correctly. Yes, tomato is the correct answer because all the other things, carrot, ginger, potato, turmeric, they grow underground. While tomato does not grow underground. That is why tomato is different than all other things. Okay, let us take the next one. Keats, Wordsworth, Tolstoy, Ghalib, and Tagore. Somebody says Ghalib. Okay. Okay, somebody says Tolstoy, Ghalib. Okay, what is the reason behind that? Those who are saying Ghalib, what is the reason behind that? We have 2 answers now, Ghalib and Tolstoy. So can you find out the reason? Can you classify them? What is the common things about all of them? Tolstoy is not the poet. Correct. Ghalib is poet. And rest are the writers. No, that is not correct. Please. Let me tell you, John Keats, Wordsworth, Ghalib and Tagore, all of them are poets. Tagore wrote Gitanjali, the greatest poem. So all of them are poets, but Tolstoy is not a poet. So Tolstoy is the correct answer because Tolstoy is a short story writer and a novelist. Right. So Tolstoy is the correct answer. Let us go to the next one. Mother, friend, sister, father, and brother. Right. All of you are answering it correctly. Friend is the correct answer because all other are family relationship, blood relationship. Right? Mother, sister, father, and brother. But friend does not belong to the family. We don't have the blood relations with friend. So the correct answer will be friend. So this is all about classification. So in the examination, you will have such kind of the questions in the paper number 1. Let us go to the next slide now. Okay. So it is all about coding and decoding. Can somebody please tell me first of all what is coding and decoding? Those who are studying communication skills, they must be aware about it. There are some teachers also in the group who are teaching communication skills. Can you unmute yourself and interact with me? What is coding and decoding?
Sir, coding basically means that speaker is coding his or her own thoughts in a language, and listener have to decode it to get the message.
Okay, that is correct answer. But let us check it. Go to the next slide. Okay, so code means a particular kind of the system for communication, but a particular kind of the language, or it can be non-verbal language as well. So we have a particular system of signals. Therefore, coding is a method of transmitting a message between the sender and the receiver without a third person knowing it. Here, what it is, it means a secret language. For example, if I want to talk in the classroom, so sometimes we are gossiping between the friends and we are using the secret language. So that is the coding. So the other person will not come to know that what we are talking about. So the coding and decoding task is set up to judge the candidate's ability to decipher the rule that codes a particular word or a message and break the code to decipher the message. So here we have to find out that what kind of the secret coding is done, right? Because it is not all about, for example, right now I am using the language for the communication, but this is not the secret coding, right? So here, because I am speaking in English and you also know the English, so you are able to understand it. But whenever, for example, if I will use some kind of secret language, then you might not be able to understand what I am saying. So here, there is a particular signal is given. So let us take the next slide. Yes. This type of questions will be asked in the examination. Let us see the example number 1. In a certain code, teacher is written as a VGCEJGT. So teacher, VGC, this is the coded language. It is the secret language that is used for teacher. So similarly, how is children can be written in the similar code? So first of all, we have to find out, right, that how the 1 minute, wait. Go to the next slide, please. Go to the next slide. Yes. So first of all, we have to, no, previous slide, please. Previous one. Yes, this one. Yes, so first of all, what we have to do, we have to find out the which pattern, which secret language is used here. So it is all about the addition of the two. For example, teacher. So TUV. So we have to go 2 steps forward, right? E, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? A, B, C, C, D, E, H, I, J, E, F, G, R, S, T, right? So teacher is how the teacher is written here? Teacher is written as V, G, C, E, J, G, T. So what is the pattern followed here? It is all about we have to go 2 steps forward, right? Now go to the previous slide. Previous slide. Yes. So how will you write children now? How will you write children? E, yes. Some people are answering. You can try it. All of you can try it. E, J, K, and F, T, G, P. Tarun has answered. Khushi, Trushali. Yes, what we have to do here, we just have to add two alphabets. C, D, E, right? H, I, J. Correct. Yes, all of you are able to answer it correctly. So I hope that this question is clear to all of you. Now let us go to the next one. The next one. Yes. If E is equal to 5, pen is equal to 35, then page is equal to what? Right? E is equal to 5, pen is equal to 35, then page is equal to what? Now, first of all, we have to identify the coding, right? What type of coding is used here? So first of all, what you have to do? Whenever, see, for example, this time it is not the computerized exam. It will be the manual, right? But so what you can do, the first of all, the invigilator will distribute the question papers to all of you. And you will have 5 to 10 minutes. So what you can do, on the rough page, you can write the ABCD, A to Z, and you can give the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 to 26. So before the exam begins, you have 5 to 10 minutes. So before that, you can do this kind of the rough work, which is given here, right? Now, what is the pattern here? E is equal to 5, right? So it is the sequence number. It is the sequence number. A comes on the first number, B comes on the second number, C comes on the third number, right? So that is the coding. So now pen is equal to 35. So that is what is the pattern here. P comes on the, P is 16, E comes on 5, and N comes on 14. And now what you have to do? Here you have to add everything. 16 plus 5 plus 14. Right? P-E-N, because there are 3 alphabets. P-E-N. So P comes on number 16, then E comes on number 5, and N comes on number 14. So 16 plus 5 plus 14 is equal to 35. So similarly, you have to find out the answer for page. What will be the answer for page? Can you do that? $29. Okay, that is the correct answer. So you just have to, P comes on the number 16. A comes on number A. So 16 plus 1 is 17. 17 plus 7, 24. 24 plus 5. So the answer will be 29. That is correct answer. Okay, let us go to the next slide. Now, in a certain language, sun shines brightly is written as Balosul, Balosul. So this is the coded language, secret language that we can everybody cannot understand. right? Houses are brightly lit. Escado ulla arriba. Okay. And lights come from sun. And what is the secret language for that? Dopi, Kuplo, and NRO, something like that. So what is the code words are written for sun and brightly? So now what you have to do here, first of all, you see that how many statements are given. There are total 3 statements are given. Sun shines brightly. That is the statement number 1. Houses are brightly lit. This is the second statement. And the third statement is lights come from sun. Now you find out the similar words. What are the similar words? For example, sun. So sun is the similar word, right? And brightly is also the similar word. So let us see the explanation in the next slide. Go to the next slide. Yes, let us check the solution. So in the first and the third statements, the common word, what is the common word? Sun is the common word. Now, what is the code language for the first statement? BALOSUL, right? Balosul, that is the code language. And check the third statement. Lights come from sun. And what is the code language? DOPIKUPLONRO. This is the code language, right? Now, what is the similar here? LO is similar, see. Balosul and Dopi Kuplo, right? Something like that. So LO is the similar. So it means that sun is equal to LO. So LO is the code language for sun. Now, what is the common for brightly? Yes, somebody says it is not understandable. Wait. Let me explain it once again. Now see, total how many statements are given? 3 statements are given. Now check the statement number 1. Sun shines brightly. Okay, that is the statement number 1. Now check the statement number 3. Lights come from sun. Now you tell me one thing. What is the common word? What is the common word? You tell me, please. Statement number 1 and statement number 3. Can you please write in the comment box? Sun. Okay, sun is the common word in the statement number 1 and statement number 3. Now you please check the coded language. What is the coded language? Coded language is BALOSUL. That is the coded language for the statement number 1. And what is the coded language for the statement number 3? Now somebody is saying that BA is the code language for sun. But see, we have to find out the similar code. Because sun cannot be written in a 2 different ways. So it is not sequence, it is not organized in the sequence. Are you getting it? It does not mean that sun is equal to ba, science is equal to low, and brightly is equal to SUL. No, it is not in the sequence. Right? It can be alternatives as well. So it is not organized in the sequence, right? But it should be the similar code. So you can check that BA does not come here in the third statement. It is DOPIKUPLONRO, something like that, right? So what is the common coded word? What is common between the? Can you please comment? Write in the comment box. Yes, LO is the common, right? BA is not common. BA is not common, and that is why LO is equal to sun. Because sun can be coded in a particular way. We cannot write sun in 2 different ways. So sun is not equal to BA, but sun is equal to LO. So we have to find out the similar code which is used in the sentence number 1 and the sentence number 3. Okay. Now, let us try to understand the next word, brightly. So, for brightly comes in the sentence number 1 and it comes in the second sentence. Sentence number 1 and sentence number 2. Sun shines brightly. Houses are brightly lit. So, what is the similar pattern? BALOSUL. And check the second statement. KADOULAARIBA. What is the common in the first and second? Yes, BA. BA is the common. Right? So BA is equal to brightly. Are you getting it? LO is equal to sun and BA is equal to brightly. This is the code language. It is the secret language, right? But remember one thing, some words BA for brightly. Yes, that is correct. So here remember one thing, that it is not in the sequence. So don't go as per the sequence. For example, sun does not mean ba. Science does not mean LO. Okay, it can be organized in alternative ways also, right? So you have to find out. So what is the correct answer here? The correct answer here is LOBA, right? The correct answer, sun means LO and brightly means BA. Okay, let us go to the next slide. Now we will do blood relations. Sometimes this is the most difficult questions in the examination and it is time consuming as well. So let us see that how can we do it easily? What can be the shortcuts? Okay, go to the next slide. So what you have to do first of all is that you divide all the relations into different generations. Right? For example, the people who belong to your generation. Who are they? Your brother, your sister, your wife, your husband, your sister-in-law, your brother-in-law. They all belong to your generation, right? Then who comes above you? Above you comes the what we can say previous generation, huh? Or the first previous generation. Your father, your mother, your uncle, your auntie, your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, they all come to the first previous generation. Now the second previous generation, then we have grandmother, then grandfather, we have grand uncle, grand auntie, right? So we have two previous generation and we also have the two next generation. Who comes? The first next generation, my son, my daughter. Okay, it can be our daughter-in-law, son-in-law, or maybe niece or nephew. They come to the next generation. Then next to next generation, granddaughter and grandson. So this is how we can divide them into different generations to make it clear and so we can easily find out the answers, right? Go to the next slide. Now let us try to identify the different relations quickly. Mother's or father's son is known as brother, that is correct. Mother's or father's daughter is known as sister, that is correct. Sister. Then let us go to the third one. Mother's or father's brother. Yes, mother's or father's brother is uncle, that is correct. Okay. Mother's or father's sister. Auntie. Yes, it can be auntie. Maternal or fraternal. Mother's or father's. Then mother's father or father's father. Yes, grandfather. Then mother's father, mother's mother or father's mother. That is grandmother, that is correct. Okay. Okay. Then son's wife. Son's wife is known as, Yes, daughter-in-law. That is correct one. Then daughter's husband. What is the relationship? What is the name given to daughter's husband? Yes, son-in-law. That is correct. Husband or wife's sister. What is the name given to husband's sister or wife's sister? Yes, he is known as sorry, she is known as sister-in-law. Then husband's brother or wife's brother. Yes, brother-in-law. That is correct. Then comes brother's son. Yes, nephew is the correct answer. Then brother's daughter. Yes, niece is the correct answer. Then uncle or auntie's son or daughter. Uncle's daughter or uncle's son. Yes, they are known as cousin. That is correct one. Sister's husband. Only one aspirant has answered. Okay, others follow. Okay, that is brother-in-law. Brother's wife. Correct. Sister-in-law. And grandsons or granddaughter's daughter. Grandsons or granddaughter's daughter. Grandchild. That is correct. Grandchild or great grandchild. Yes. So these are the different relations, right? So we must be aware about, like if you are not clear about these relations, then you will not be able to answer the question. So first of all, you should be able to answer these tables. And here are the answers. Go to the next slide, please. Yes, answers are given here. So later on, you can also refer this PowerPoint presentation and you can prepare from the table. Go to the next slide. Yes. Now let us solve the questions and how can we do it? Question number 1. Anil introduces Rohit as the son of the only brother of his father's wife. How is Rohit related to Anil? Okay, so there are two persons, Anil and Rohit. Okay, Anil is introducing Rohit. And who is Rohit? Rohit is the son of the only brother of his father's wife. So what we can do here, we can divide them. This is a trick number 1. There can be two tricks. There can be two tricks to answer the question, right? To solve the question. Here we are using the trick number 1. What is the trick number 1? That you divide them into the parts. For example, first of all, son of the only brother of his father's wife. So father's wife means mother. Okay. And mother's brother is uncle. And son of the only brother of his father's wife. So uncles, right? My father's wife is my mother. Or what you can do here, while solving this kind of the question, you put your relation. For example, you say your father's wife. So my father's wife is my mother. Okay. My mother's brother is my uncle. And my uncle's son is my cousin. Right. So what will be the answer here? Cousin will be the answer. So what you do here, you divide them into the parts. So this is the one kind of solving this kind of the question. Secondly, what you can do, you put your own relations and then you will be able to connect it properly. Now go to the second question. Okay. If X is the brother of the son of Y's son, how is X related to Y? The 4 options are given. Here 4 options: son, brother, grandson, and uncle. Now let us see how we can solve these questions. Go to the next slide. Okay, this way we can also do it. What we can do? We can put them as per the generation. Okay, here you can see X is the brother of the son of the Y's son. So let us see first about Y. Okay, son of Y's son. So first of all, you see the right hand side. Y, A, and B. You can see that particular row. Y, A, and B. Son of Y's son. So who is A here? A is the son of Y, right? And who is B here? B is the son of A, right? So what is the relationship between Y and B? So it is the son of Y's son, right? Now here, if X is the brother of the son of the Y's son, now what is the relationship between X and the B? X and B, both of them are brother, right? X is the brother of the son of the Y's son. So now how X is related to Y? Can somebody answer now? First of all, you tell me what is the relationship between the Y and B? What is the relationship between Y and B? Y, A, let me clear it once again. A is the son of Y. B is the son of A. Now, what is the relationship between Y and B? Y is the grandfather. Can we say Y is the grandfather of B? Yes or no? Yes, Y is the grandfather of B, right? Now, see, X and B, they are brother, right? What is see our question? X is the brother. X is the brother of the son of Y's son. It means that X and B, both of them are brother, right? So Y is the grandfather of B. So X and B, both of them are brother. So what can be the relationship between X and Y now? What can be the relationship between X and Y? The same relationship we can say, right? The same relationship, because X and B, both of them are brother. So if Y is the grandfather of B, it also means that Y is also the grandfather of X. So here the answer will be grandson. I hope it is clear. Is there any query? Can you check you can check that figure. The figure makes everything clear. So if you want to solve this kind of the question of blood relation, what you can do, you make the figure and you put them as per the generation. For example, Y, then his generation comes below Y, then his generation comes below that. So similarly, you can do that. Okay, let us go to the next slide. Now, puzzle test. Yes, let us see what is puzzle test. Go to the next one. Yes, this section of analytical reasoning comprises of questions put in the form of puzzles involving certain number of items, be it persons or things. The candidate is required to analyze the given information, condense it in a suitable form, and answer the questions asked. So here there will be certain kind of it can be the numbers, or maybe it can be the persons or anything, and there will be some kind of the analytical reasoning behind that, so that you have to find out. So let us go to the next slide. Yes, this is the puzzle. I am reading the question. Please listen and read it carefully. There are 5 friends. P, Q, R, S, T. These are the names of the 5 friends. They are traveling to 5 different cities: Chennai, Kolkata, Delhi, Bangalore, and Hyderabad. And they are traveling by different transportation like bus, train, aeroplane, car, and boat. And they are traveling from, what is the starting point? Starting point is Mumbai. So they are traveling from Mumbai, and they are traveling to different places like Chennai, Kolkata, Delhi, Bangalore, and Hyderabad. So this is the information given to us. Now there will be some kind of the statements will be given, but all the information will not be provided. Some information will be provided and some information will be missing. So we are supposed to find out the missing information. This is called puzzle. So let us see what are the information which are provided. The person who traveled to Delhi did not travel by boat. So this is clear. Okay, the person who is going to Delhi, he does not go by boat. R went to Bangalore by car and Q went to Kolkata by aeroplane. So here it is also clear that even here the name of the city is also given and the transportation is also given. R went to Bangalore and he goes by car. Q went to Kolkata and he goes by aeroplane. The third statement: S traveled by boat, whereas T traveled by train. But here the transportation mode of transportation is mentioned, but the name of the city is not mentioned here. Mumbai is not connected by bus to Delhi and Chennai. Mumbai is not connected by bus. So these are the information. And what is the question here? Who traveled to Delhi? That is the question. So how can we solve it? Let us see the solution to the next slide. So first of all, what you do, you make a table. And whatever the information is available, that you can put out. For example, person, so we have 5 persons, P, Q, R, S, T. Then the 5 places, but all the places are not given. See, R goes to Bangalore. So here we can put Bangalore. Q goes to Kolkata. So here we can put Kolkata. Then R goes to Bangalore by car. So we can put here car also. Then Q goes to Kolkata by aeroplane. So we can put aeroplane also. Now what are the missing information? See, I have highlighted them with the yellow colors. These are the missing. But let us check it. How can we find it out? Now S traveled by boat. S traveled by boat, whereas T traveled by train. Now Mumbai is not connected by bus to Delhi and Chennai. Now this is very important sentence. Last sentence. Mumbai is not connected by bus. Right? It means that here we can write bus. In the first box, it means that P goes by bus. And which is the place that is left alone? Because Delhi and Chennai. So we can go to Delhi by train and we can go to Chennai by boat. But Mumbai is not connected by bus to Delhi and Chennai. It means we can go to Hyderabad by bus, right? So the last statement is very important. On the basis of the last statement, we can find out the answer. Now also check the statement number 1. The person who traveled to Delhi did not travel by boat. Okay, it means that the T is traveling to Delhi, but he does not travel by boat. It means he travels by train. So what is the only option left? Chennai. So here we can write boat. So this way we can fill up the one by one information we can fill up. And what you can do in the examination, you can make these kind of the boxes and you can put up the information. Otherwise, it will be confusing and you will not be able to find out the answer. So here our question was, who traveled to Delhi? So what is the answer? T traveled to Delhi. So here what we can do, some kind of the information are given while some kind of the information are missing, that we have to find out. Okay, let us go to the next slide. Now we have to find out the direction. Okay, go to the next slide. Now these are the four main directions: east side, right hand side, that is east side; west side, left hand side; then north side, and our back side is the south. So east, west, north, and south. Now, suppose you are standing on the east side. Suppose you are standing on the east side, and if you want to go left side, then how will you go? You will go to the north, and if you want to go to the right side, then you will go to the south. So what you have to understand this particular figure, because see, the directions are clear to you: east, west, north, and south. But sometimes they will ask you in the examination that whether you are walking toward the left side or whether you are walking towards the right side, right? So these were left and right. So if you understand this particular figure and remember it, you will be able to solve the question. Go to the next slide. Now, there are not only the four directions, but there are some directions and cardinal directions also. For example, here you can see, first of all, what you have to see here, there is a square. Can you see the square? Now, what is the meaning of this square? It means that it is 90 degree. For example, let us see first of all. For example, east and north. Can you see the east and north? Now, between east and north, there is a east north. So that is the cardinal direction, right? Now you can see north and west. So between the north and west, we have the cardinal direction called northwest. Between the west and south, we have the cardinal direction that is called southwest. Between the south and east, we have the cardinal direction that is called southeast. So there are the main direction and cardinal directions. Cardinal directions means the direction or the direction that comes between the two, east and north, for example. So that is the northeast, right? Now, for example, you are walking from east side to north side, right? And here there is a square. So that is the 90 degree. But if you are not going fully, if you are not turning fully, but if you are just going from east side to northeast side, then what will be the half square? Half square will be the 45 degree, right? And if you turn the entire clock or the entire degree, then how much degree will it be? 4 times 90 plus 90. For example, east to north, so that is 90 degree. North to west, so that is again 90 degree. So total will be 360. Yes, right, that is the correct one, 360. Go to the next slide. Now, for example, if you are going this way, this is a clockwise direction. Here there is an arrow mark. So this is clockwise direction, and go to the next slide. Go to the next slide. Next, please. Yes, this is the anti-clockwise, right? So in the question, it will be asked that the person is walking either clockwise or either anti-clockwise, right? So if you are starting from 12, 12, 3, 6, then it is clockwise. But if you are going this way, if you are going from 12 to 9, 9 to 6, then it is the anti-clockwise. So clockwise and anti-clockwise. So you have to remember these two types of the directions. Okay, now go to the next one. Yes, is there any question? Clockwise and anti-clockwise? Okay, now let us solve the question. Question number 1. A man is facing the west. A man is facing the west. So here you can see the west side. It is on the left hand side. He turns 45 degree in the clockwise direction. So where will he be? Can you tell me? A man is facing the west side. Now he turns 45 degree in the clockwise direction. Yes, so he will be in the northwest. 45 means northwest, that is correct. And then another 180 degree in the same direction. What will be the next place? 180 degree in the same direction, clockwise direction. So 45 plus 180. So 4 times, you have to go 4 times, 45 plus 45 plus 45 plus 45. So what will be the direction now? Southeast. Yes, that is correct one. All of you are writing it correctly. That is southeast. Now, in the same direction, now and then 270 degree in the anti-clockwise direction. So now you again have to go backward, anti-clock direction. How many degree? 270 degree. 270 means how many times you have to go? 45 plus 45, 90. How many times? Yes, please try and write it. 6 times. You have to go 6 times. 45 into 6, that is 270. So if you are standing here, then 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, 6 time. So when will you come now? If you go anti-clockwise, where will you reach now? Yes, that is the correct one. SW, southwest. That is the correct answer, southwest. Right? So what you have to do here, you have to understand the direction. So there are direction and cardinal direction, right? And you have to understand the 90 degree. 1 square makes 90 degree. And if you divide them into the cardinal direction, then it becomes 45 degree, right? Let us check the next question. Go to the next slide, please. Yes. Kunal walks 10 kilometers from, Kunal walks 10 kilometers towards north. So who is Kunal here? A is the Kunal. Here C. Can you see the A? Alphabet A? Yes or no? Just write in the chat box so I can see. Can you see Kunal? Yes, Kunal is there. Kunal walks 10 kilometers towards north. So B, here B. Now we reaches see A to B. What is the distance between A to B? 10 kilometers, right? From there, he walks 6 kilometers towards south. So now he is to the north side. Now we again come to south. And how much does he walk? He walks 6 kilometers. So you can see here 6 kilometers is written there. Then he walks 3 kilometers towards east. Then he walks 3 kilometers towards the east. Then D is there. Now D is there, right? So he reaches over there. How far and in which direction is he with the reference to his starting point? So now we have to measure the distance between A and D. A is Kunal, and now where is he? Now D is also Kunal. But now, so we have to measure the distance between A and D. How can we do that? So AD is equal to AC square, AC square plus CD square into square root. Pythagoras theorem. Yes, Tanvi says Pythagoras theorem. So AD square is equal to AC square plus CD square into the square root. So what is the AC square? A and C. What is the distance between A and C? That is 4 kilometer. So square of 4. Now what is the distance between C and D? 3 kilometer. So the square of 3. Now what is the square of 4? 16. And what is the square of 3? 9. And what is the 16 plus 9? What is the 16 plus 9? Yes, 25. And what is the square root of 25? What is the square root of 25? Yes, 5 into 5. So 5 is the square root. So here the answer will be 5 kilometer. So here you have to remember this Pythagoras theorem, right? And if you will draw the figure, then you will be able to even, without the Pythagoras theorem, on the basis of the logic, you can apply your logic here. If you can draw the figure, then you can simply measure it. That here it is the 4 kilometers, right? And this is 3. But then it would be difficult a little bit. But if you can remember this Pythagoras theorem, then you can get the exact answer. Okay, so go to the next slide now. Now our next topic is logical Venn diagrams. Let us see what is the Venn diagrams. Go to the next slide. This section deals with the questions which aim at analyzing a candidate's ability to relate a certain given group of items and illustrate it dramatically. So there will be some kind of the items will be given, but they will be represented in the figurative form. For example, the circles will be given. And on the basis of the Venn diagram, we have to find out the conclusion. Okay, go to the next slide. Now, there are different kind of the Venn diagrams. So now please try to understand the diagram number 1. If the items evidently belong to 3 different groups, the Venn diagram, what will be the representation of the Venn diagram? All will be into the different circles. For example, doctors, engineers, and lawyers. Now there is not any kind of the connection between doctors, engineers, and lawyers. All are the different professions. They are not connected with one another. So how we will represent in the Venn diagram? For example, A. So A is doctor, B is engineer, and C is lawyer. So here all of them will be represented in the different circles, as there is not any kind of the connection between them. Okay, go to the next slide. If one item belongs to the class of the second, and the second item belongs to the class of the third, then the representation can be in the form of 3 concentric circles. Here you can see circle within circle within circle. And what is the items that we have? Seconds, minutes, and hours. So C, circle number C is represent hours, circle number B represents minutes, and circle number A represents second. So second is a part of minute and minute is a part of hours. For example, when we say that 60 seconds it is equal to 1 minute, right? And 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour, right? So here all are connected with each other. So what will be the representation? So this will be the diagram. This is called Venn diagram. Circle within circle within circle. I hope that it is clear to all of you. Is there any doubt? Is it clear? Is this diagram clear? Write yes or no in the comment section. Okay. Okay. Now let us go to the next slide. Okay. If I'm reading it, if two separate items belong to the class of the third, if the two separate items belong to the class of the third, they are represented by two disjoint circles inside one bigger circle. For example, table, chair, and furniture. So A is table, B is chair, and C is furniture. Now A and B are not connected. Table is different, chair is different, right? Both of them have the different state, but both of them are part of the furniture. So both of them will come into the one bigger circle, but A and B are not connected. Are you getting it? A is connected with C, B is connected with C, but A and B, both of them are different. Okay, so this is the diagram number 3. Now let us go to the next diagram. The next one, okay. If two items belong to the class of the third, if the two items belong to the class of the third, such that some items of each of these two groups are common in the relationship, then they are represented by two intersecting circles enclosed within a bigger circle. For example, males, fathers, and brothers. Now, who represents males in this diagram? Can somebody tell me which circle represents males? Yes, circle number C. Circle number C represents, yes. So all fathers are males, all brothers are also males, right? But all brothers are not fathers. For example, those who are not married, they can have brother, but they cannot be a father, right? So here, the item number 1 and item number 2, two items belong to the third class in such a way that they have the common relationship, but they are not fully connected, but they are partly connected. You can see A and B are partly connected. It means that some brother can be father, some father can be brother, but all fathers cannot be brothers and all brothers cannot be fathers, right? Go to the next diagram. If two items are partly related to the third, if two items are partly related to the third and are themselves independent of each other. Now all the three are independent, but they are partly related to the third. They are represented by the three intersecting circles in a line. For example, dogs, pets, and cats. Now A represents dogs, C represents cats. Now there is not any connection between dogs and cats. Dogs are different, cats are different. So circle number A, circle number C. But some dogs can be pets and some cats can be pets. But all dogs are not pet animals, or all cats are not the pet animals. But some of them, some dogs are pet animals, some cats are pets. So these are the intersecting circles, right? So here you can see that how it is connected with the B. Some of them are the part of the B, some of them are not part of the B. I hope that this figure is clear to all of you. Yes or no? Okay. Let us go to the next slide. if one item belongs to the class of second, while third item is entirely different from the remaining two, then what will be the diagram? Here we can see A comes within B, but C is entirely different. For example, engineers, human beings, and rats. So C represents rats, right? Because rats cannot be human beings, rats cannot be engineers. So C is totally different than the engineers and human beings. Now, B represents human beings, right? And some human beings are engineers. So the circle number A represents engineers, circle number B represents human beings, and the circle number C represents rats. So what will be the diagram? This kind of diagram, like A comes within B, but C is entirely different. Okay, now go to the next slide. Just a minute. Okay. Now, here we can see that one item belongs to the class of second, and the third item is partly related to these two. Then they can represented in the diagram which you can see on the screen. For example, males, fathers, and children. Right. So here one item belongs to the class of the second. So A and B. You can see here. For example, B means male, right? B represents male, and A represents father. So all fathers are males. We can see, right? But what is the third item? Third item is partly related to these two. For example, children. So the circle number C represents children because all the children cannot be male. For example, if somebody says that I have two children, then there can be one girl and one boy, right? So it is not entirely the part of the B, but it is partly related. It is not fully related. Then all children cannot be the father also, right? So it is also not fully related. So the circle number 3, that is the circle number C, it is about children. Now it is partly related with A and it is partly related with B. So this is the Venn diagram. Go to the next slide, please. Okay. If one item belongs to the class of the second and the third item is partly related to these two, they are represented as follows. For example, female, mothers, and doctors. One item belongs to the class of the second. So here, B is a female and A is mother, right? And C represents doctor. So all doctors cannot be female or all doctors cannot be mothers, right? So third item is partly related to the A and B. Okay, now go to the last one. If one item belongs to the class of the second and the third item is partly related to the second one, but it is not related to the first one. Here you can see that circle number B represents males and circle number A represents fathers, right? All fathers are males, but you can see the circle number C. Circle number C is children, but it is part of the B, it is not part of the A, right? So C is related to B, but C is not related to A. It means that they are not fathers, right? Again, I repeat it. The circle number B, it is male. Then the circle number A, they are father. So all fathers are males, right? and the circle number C represents children. Now, circle number C is partly related to B, but it is not at all related to the item number 1, that is A. So, what does it mean? It means that the children, none of them are fathers, right? They can either be male or they can be female, but they are not father at all. So, here the one circle is connected with the another circle, but it is not connected with the third circle, right? So this is the Venn diagram. So we have total 9 Venn diagrams. Now there can be the questions in the examination based on the Venn diagram. Let us see the question now. Yes, can you solve this question now? If two items, sorry, this is not the question, but this is the example. I'm sorry. If two items are partly okay, now we have the question. Okay. Choose the correct diagram for the given pair of items. So the first one, judge, criminal, and thief. Can you identify which will be the correct diagram for the first one? You can mention the diagram number. Diagram number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first category, for example, judge, criminal, and thief. Can somebody unmute and explain? Can somebody unmute and explain? You can unmute yourself and explain. Can somebody do that? All criminals are not thieves and judges are different. That is right. That is right clarification. Yes, that is the right clarification. So the answer will be the fourth one, right? Thief can be the criminal, but all criminals cannot be thieves. So it is partly connected and judge is altogether different. So what will be the answer? The answer will be the fourth answer. Okay, now let us go to the second one. Week, day, and year. Week, day, and year. What will be the answer? The first diagram, because week are the part of the day, days are the part of the year. 7 days makes 1 week, and so many weeks together makes 1 year, right? So the answer is first diagram. First diagram, that is correct answer. Go to the third one, anxiety, intelligence, and strength. Anxiety, intelligence, and strength. Can you answer it? Somebody says diagram number 5. Pradeep says diagram number 5. Can you please explain it? Why the fifth? Is there any connection between anxiety, intelligence, and strength? There is no connection at all. All three are altogether different. Is there any connection between anxiety, intelligence, and strength? All are different, right? So what will be the correct answer? Third is the correct answer. Yes, third diagram, third Venn diagram. Correct. Husband, wife, and family. What will be the correct answer for the fourth one? Question number 4. Can somebody explain it? What will be the correct explanation? Yes, second is the correct answer. Why? Because husband and wife both are different persons, right? But both of them are part of the family. Husband and wife, though they are connected, but connected means they are not the part of the other. So if you will, as a student of literature, if you will start thinking in a literary way, that though they are the two different bodies but one soul, then it might be the different answer. But here we don't have to think according to literature, or we don't have to, it is just a simple logic. Husband is a different person, wife is a different person. Both of them are two persona, two different persons, and both of them are the part of the family, right? So the second diagram, you can see the second diagram, which is the representation of the husband, wife, and family, right? So such kind of the questions can be asked in the examination in the paper number 1 under the reasoning part. I hope that it is clear to all of you. Now we have 5 to 10 minutes, and I think that I have a lot of things to discuss, but I have only 10 minutes now. So I will be able to take one items only now, and then 5 minutes for the question answer. Okay, please go to the next slide. Alphabet. Alphabet test. Alphabetic order. Some words will be given to you, and they will ask you that organize all these words in the alphabetic order. Now, what is this alphabetic order? Arranging the words in alphabetic order implies to arrange them as per the order in which the beginning letters of these words appear in the English alphabet. It means according to A, B, C, D, according to the dictionary. First consider the first letter of the each word. For example, you are given the 5 different words, right? So what you have to do, first of all, you have to check the first letter. But sometimes if the first letters are similar, in that case, you have to consider the second letter. Let us see the next slide. This is the example. For example, if the following 5 words are arranged in the alphabetic order, which word will come in the middle? So 5 words are given: draw, read, play, bake, and want. If we arrange them in the alphabetic order, then which will be the first word? Bake will be the first word as per the ABCD, as per the alphabetic order, as per the dictionary. The second will be draw, third will be play, fourth will be read, and the fifth will be want. Now, which word? What is the question? Which word comes in the middle? So, what is the answer here? Play is the answer. Okay. Now, let us go to the next one. It is the quiz time. So, you have to answer this question. Which of the following words will come fourth in the English dictionary? Which will be the fourth word in the English dictionary? Now, here, the first letter is the same. So what you have to do here, you have to consider the second letter. So can somebody tell me the answer? You tell me what will be the first word. Let us see one by one. What will be the first word? False or fallible? False or fallible? Which one will come first? Faithfully. Sorry, faithfully will come first. Right? What will be the second one? Okay, what will be the third one? Faithfully is the second one. No, sorry, fallible is the second one. Fallible is the second one. Because after A, there is a double L. There is a double L. So first of all, faithfully, then fallible. What will be the third word? False is the third word. What will be the fourth one? Follow or full? Follow is the fourth one. And which will be the last word? Last word? Yes, fool is the last one. So what is the answer here? What is the answer? Follow or fool? Which is the answer? Follow is the fourth one, right? Follow is the answer, correct? Yes, that is the correct answer. So, such type of the questions will be asked in the exam where you have to organize the words in the alphabetic order. Now, let us see what is next in the slide. Go to the next one. This is the last one. Now, see, I will only be able to cover up the reasoning part, and I will not be able to cover up the logic part today, though, because totally I have the 100 slides. So today, this is the last topic that I am going to deal with. So we have the last 2 minutes, and after that, we will have the question answer interaction for the 5 minutes. Okay. So this is the last topic for today. Assertion and reason. Go to the next slide. This test is meant to judge the candidate's knowledge and with it his ability to reason out correctly. In this test, two statements referred to as the assertion are provided, and respectively you are also given the reason. So 5 alternative comments on these are given and the correct answer you have to choose. So assertion means the different statements are given. Usually 2 statements are given, and on the basis of that you have to find out the reason. Let us go to the next slide. So you will have total 5 answers. Both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Both A and R are true, and R is not the correct explanation of A. The third option, A is true, but R is false. A is false, but R is true. Both A and R are false. So total we have 5 possibilities. Either both are false, either both are true, right? Or maybe A is true, R is false, or maybe one is true. For example, sometimes it happens that assertion is true and it is also the correct explanation of it. So the statement and the reason should be connected, right? Or it can be disconnected also. Let us see the question. Go to the next slide. Go to the next one. Okay. Here we have and we have the 5 possibilities. Let us read it once again. Cut fruits and vegetables should not be kept in the open for long. It is true or not? Can somebody write in the comment box? It is true or not? Yes, it is true. We should not keep the cut fruits, vegetables in the open for long time. The reason is their vitamin content is ruined. And what happens if we keep it open for longer? The vitamin content is ruined. Now go to the previous slide. Go to the previous slide, please. Yes, what will be the answer? Can somebody tell me now? What will be the answer? Yes, A is the answer. Both statements are correct. Assertion is also correct. Reason is also correct. And A is the correct explanation of A. Right? Because, see, here what was the question that? The question was, cut fruits and vegetables should not be kept in open for long. And what is the reason behind that? the vitamin content is ruined, right? So the A is the correct answer. Now let us again go to the next slide. A person with blood group O is considered a universal recipient. Type O blood does not contain any antigens. Yes, first of all, tell me about the statement number one, assertion. A person with blood group O is considered a universal recipient. Is it true or not? True or false? Somebody says false, somebody says true. It means that you don't have the knowledge about it, right? Because here in the reasoning, you also have some kind of the knowledge. For example, somebody with the blood group O is the universal donor. You can donate anybody, but you are not the recipient. You are not the universal recipient. You are the universal donor, right? So the assertion is not correct. It is not true. It is false. Type O blood does not contain any antigen. What about the second one? Type O does not contain any antigens. That is true. Yes, that is the truth. So now go to the previous slide. Go to the previous slide. What will be the answer now? Can you tell me what will be the answer? A is true, but R is false. Sorry, no. A is false. Wait. What was the question? Let me refer it once again. Type O blood does not contain any antigens. A is false, but R is true. Yes, R is true. Type O blood does not contain any antigens. That is correct one. Right? So first is false and second is true. So what will be the answer here? D is the answer, right? D is the answer, right? Okay. So this is all about assertion and reasoning. Now, can I take 2 minutes more, 3 minutes more?
Sure. Sure.
Hello? Hello?
Line- Hello. You can take 2 minutes more. No problem.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Okay, sir. Now here you can see the next one is analytical reasoning. Here, analytical reasoning involves the problems relating to the counting of the geometrical figures in the given complex figures. Now, I will give you the shortcut. Let us go to the next slide. This is the figure. Now, can you count how many squares are there? Can you count how many squares are there? First, all of you try, then I will tell you. First, all of you can give a try. Somebody says 9, that is wrong answer. 9 is the wrong answer. Somebody says 10, 10 is also wrong answer. 10 is also wrong answer. Yes, 14 is the correct answer. Yes, 14 is the correct answer. Let me explain now. Go to the next slide. Go to the next slide. Next one, please. Next slide. Yes, here you can see. First of all, one bigger square. For example, A, B, C, D. Can you see it? A, B, C, D. This is a square number one, the bigger square. Then we have total 9 square inside it. So 1 plus 9 is equal to 10. Now we have the 4 square. For example, A, F, O, K. A, F, O, K. Then we have E, B, H, P. This is the second one. Third one is L, N, I, D. And the fourth one is G, M, J, C. So we have the 4 square inside the bigger square. And then again we have the 9 small square. So 9 plus 1 plus 4. Now there is a shortcut tip. For example, here you can see there is the total 3 square in the column, and there is a total 3 square in the row and column, right? So what you can do, the square of 1, the square of 1 plus the square of 2 plus the square of 3, and then you make the addition. For example, what is the square of 1? That is 1. What is the square of 2? That is 4. And what is the square of 3? That is the 9. And what will be the 9 plus 1 is equal to 10 plus 4. So the answer will be 14. So this is the shortcut trick to solve such kind of the answer. In the chat box you can see, I have mentioned in the chat box whether is it there or not. For example, again I repeat, total there are 3 boxes, but see, this trick is applicable only when there are the similar square on the row side and the column side. Okay, otherwise this trick is not applicable. So the square of 1 is 1, plus square of 2 is 4, plus square of 3 is 9. So 1 plus 4 plus 9 is equal to 14. Right? So this will be the answer. Okay. So thank you everyone for listening me patiently. And still I am not able to cover up the logic part. I could only deal with the reasoning part today. So now it is already 12:40. I'm really sorry for taking that longer time than it was decided. But I hope that I could at least make some of the concepts clear to all of you. Now, if there is any question, then we can interact with. I will take up the questions now. Hello,
Any
is there any
questions?
questions? Yes, some of you are saying
Kushi.
that some of you are asking me to share the PowerPoint presentation. So I will be sharing with the Pratham or maybe other student, and they will upload it on the Google Classroom.
No, we will have another session for you.
Okay, thank you, sir. That is
Because,
good, sir.
they tell me that you have 88 slides
Yes, sir.
and
Yes,
you covered
sir.
about 41, 44 slides.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So if we can manage, we will have another session. And you
Okay,
start
that
from
would
assertion and analytic reason once again.
right, sir. Right.
Because, this kind of dose for 2 hours is very exhaustive.
Exactly right, sir.
Okay, at least I am exhausted. I followed you. So there are no questions.
Right,
There
sir.
are
Right.
questions. Kushi
Sorry,
will.
sir, हाँ, sir, as this session is also being live streamed on the YouTube, so there is a question that
Okay.
as this question seems to be time consuming, so how can we
Oh.
manage time while answering it?
Yes, see. Now, my answer is that as far as the some questions are concerned, we have the shortcuts. We have the for example, take the last question, right? If you want to solve this question, what simply we have to do? The square of 1 plus square of 2 plus square of 3, right? And then we will get the answer. So this is a shortcut. But for example, blood relations. In blood relations also we can draw the figure and easily we can do it, right? But sometimes we don't have the shortcuts. But what we can do is that only my answer is that practice makes the man perfect. So now what I have done here, I have introduced the different kinds of the concepts. Now what is your job now? Every day you have to do some kind of exercise. And if you do the regular practice, then you will be able to solve the questions in the short period of time. Otherwise, the paper number 1 is always lengthy compared to paper number 2.
Okay, any other question?
No,
Any
sir.
other question?
No, sir.
Uh, ચિરાગભાઈ, ગુજરાતીમાં કહું તો તમે રંગ રાખ્યો. So, no, all those who attended this must have benefited a lot, whatever their capacity. That's a
Sir, I
different
would like to
story.
say one thing. Sir, I would like
Uh-huh.
to say one thing. Actually, I am not the expert of this particular topic, reasoning and logic. I am basically a learner of literature and teacher of literature. But because I also qualified NET and GSET both examinations, so as a part of my preparation, I went through all these topics. So I just thought that whatever knowledge I have, let me share with all of you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. So,
Yes,
on
sir.
behalf of the department, on behalf of the colleagues, and on behalf of student participants, we thank you and we appreciate your work. Okay. And let us hope that if someone doesn't turn up or wants a change in the date, we will put you there, place
Sure, sir. Anytime,
you
sir.
there, and we'll have rest of the 40 odd slides.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
thank you
sir.
very much.
Sure,
Thank you,
sir.
participants.
Thank you all.
Yes, there is
Thank you
one
all.
announcement.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Khushi will make some announcement.
The recorded session of this online session has already will be uploaded soon on the YouTube, and the attendance link will also be shared within the 10 to 15 minutes on the Google Classroom. So those who have registered themselves, please put their attendance, because otherwise they will not be able to give the test conducted by the department. And for the further updates, please follow the department ID.
Anything else? So we
No,
stop
sir.
here. We stop here and we will meet after 2:15, 2:20. Next session is by Mandaliaji. Okay, and he will talk to you. Thank you all. For the time being, we stop here.